This is Rob Carbone, and you're listening to BD4.
He loops out the left field. Going to be a tough play. Jeter on the run, makes the play. Oh, flies into the stands. Oh, what a play by Derek Jeter. There it goes. Deep to left. Really deep. See ya. Oh, my goodness. What a shot by Aaron Judge.
Oh, way back left field. You've got to be kidding me. Goodbye, home run. I swear to God, you got to put four fingers up. Torres comes to
See ya. See ya. See ya. A home run by Derek Jeter. Oh, what a ball game. A game-winning walk-off home run by Derek Jeter. He is Mr. November.
this one by Mattingly. Oh, hang on to the rope.
Miles high, middles far, it is gone. A tremendous home run to the back end of the grandstand in left field. The Sanchino. No, that Gary is scary.
Ball game over. Yankees win. No! Yankees win.
It's a little late for Glaber Day. A little bit late, maybe. But, you know, we'll take anything we can get at this point in the season. What's going on, guys? Rob Carbone here, coming at you with episode 155 of BD4, where there's no better way to get your Yankees and Knicks analysis. Hope everybody's doing all right. Just watching the rest of this Clippers-Nuggets game. It's about 10 and a half minutes in the fourth left. Clippers look like they've had the advantage the entire way. Yeah, I think they're fucking taking this series. I think it's going to be Clippers and, you know, the matchup everybody wants is Clippers-Lakers. And I think that's very much a possibility, being that, you know, the Lakers seem to be no match for, or the Rockets rather, seem to be no match for the Lakers, considering the size advantage. I understand that they've got that small ball shit going on, but Lakers just took two in a row after losing game one, and they look like they're determined. And LeBron and AD is a tandem that you don't want to fuck with in the postseason. It's looking like. So that's something I think I'm excited about. You know, I think I'm really excited if we do get Clippers and Lakers in the Western Conference. You know, the Western Conference Finals. So, but right now, still got to finish up this series. If the Clippers do win tonight, they'll be up 3-1. And then the Lakers obviously are up 2-1 playing tomorrow night. But tell you what, man, not to knock anybody, but, you know, I said it. I've been saying it. Everybody's calling Giannis Antetokounmpo this major superstar, which he is. You know, he's the new, if you want to call him the new face of the game, sure, call him the new face of the game. You know, he's this megastar. A lot of people saying he's the best player in the game. That's where I took a step back. And I've been saying it for maybe 3 or 4 the past 3 years now. Kawhi Leonard is the player that I would take over anybody. That guy is just so clutch, and he proves it every year by winning in the playoffs. And Giannis has so far been losing in the playoffs, and you know, another early exit for him and his Bucks. Obviously, put his future there in doubt. But Yankees, Rob. Let's talk Yankees. That's why they're here. That's why they are tuning into you. Yeah, a little late for Glaber Day, but you know, we got it done. We got it done tonight, and does that change my opinion on all the shit I've been talking the last couple of days? Absolutely not. I'm standing by what I said. And we're going to dive into all of that tonight, guys. I've got class tomorrow. I had my first day of class on this past Tuesday in Liberalville. Kidding. Kind of, not really. No, I had my first day of class back on campus. Actually, it wasn't online, so it was a live class in person. My clothes are dry. So it's good to be back out of the house. You know, oh my gosh, that fucking quarantine killed me. So it's finally good that I am back out and, you know, fucking on some sort of schedule again. You know, still got to get back to my normal work schedule. Hopefully that starts soon. But, you know, I'm back with school, trying to finish there. And oh my God, so good to get out of the house, man. I tell you, it's having to stay home for 3+ months was just hell. Not that, when you live in an Italian family, you fucking don't follow that protocol anyway, but don't tell the internet I said that. But it is what it is. So let's dive into the Yankees tonight. Sorry, I keep going off track because I really don't want to talk about this miserable team right now. Believe it or not. But let's head to break. I'll tell you what. Let's head to a commercial break really quick, and then as soon as we get back, we'll dive into, we'll quickly recap the 3 games of the series, and then we'll give our overall take on the team as a whole right now. So let's head to break really quick, and we'll be right back. All right. Hey guys, really quick, I just want to remind you that if you go to my website at nysportstalkrc.wordpress.com, you can find me on social media. You can find the links to my podcast and my blog. So that's all you got to do. Just go to my website, go to nysportstalkrc.wordpress.com, and there will be a page that displays all of my information. All right, guys, thank you. Let's get back to the show. My buddy just texted me PG 13%. That's a new one. I like that one better than Playoff P or Pandemic P, whatever they're calling them. PG 13% is great. Yeah, Kawhi's been carrying that squad. I don't know. I haven't been paying too much attention. I don't know if there's anybody else stepping up, but I know Kawhi's been going off. Let's get to the fucking Yankees game, though. Game 1, it was this was just a fucking nightmare. Okay, I mean, talk about a colossal fuck up. This was it. We're just, it all started in that 6th inning. But we can back up, I guess. We'll let that video play, but we'll just talk about what led up to it. So it started out, obviously we're in Buffalo here, playing the Blue Jays, who are the new best team in New York. Believe it or not. You see what I did there? But Montgomery got the start, and remember, he did not have a good outing last time out there. Failed to get out of the 1st inning. Who was it against? I don't remember. But again, he didn't look sharp in this one. Excuse me. Goes just 3 1/3 innings. Serves up 6 hits and walks 2 again. Just 1 strikeout and only lets up 2 runs, but wasn't sharp. Again, his 2nd start in a row now where he just looks absolutely awful and can't get outs. He's having trouble getting outs, and the outs that he does get, are either hard hit outs where he gets lucky that they don't find a gap, or they're outs that he's had to work really, really hard to get. Now, I'm not going to put too much weight into it yet, but Montgomery he's had a pretty above average, slightly above average season where he's been good in a number of starts, but he's also been now, considering the last 2 starts, he's had some inconsistencies at the same time, but he doesn't look good. On the flip side, the Yankee offense, by the end of this one, had 7 runs, 9 hits, 6 walks, 6 strikeouts, 3 home runs, and so they actually did fairly well for a bit, at least. They got to Ryu, who, if you remember when he was with LA last year in that big Dodgers series where the Yankees wore those black uniforms and the Dodgers wore their whites, it was fucking, I'm pretty sure they got to him there. And they did it again. And they got to Ryu in this one, scoring 5 of those 7 runs on him through 5 innings that he pitched. And they did pretty well. So they started off, I think it was the top of the 1st, I believe, where Luke Voit continued his strong season. He and Hicks, actually Aaron Hicks chimed in too, both with back-to-back, as Sterling would like to say, belly-to-belly home runs to make it 2-zip Yanks after 1. But bottom of the 1st comes along, and Montgomery, again, having trouble getting outs. Leadoff double to Biggio, and then it's Tellez with a big RBI double. Toronto comes within 1, 2-1. Bottom of the 2nd comes in that game, and Montgomery again, a leadoff double, this time to Shaw. And a couple of batters later, or maybe the next batter, an RBI single to Espinal. And then, obviously the help of an E8 by Hicks in center field helps a run score, making it 2-2 after 2 innings. Then the Yankees, get hot for a few innings in a row. The fourth, fifth, and sixth, they get hot. Miggy hits a homer in the fourth, 3-2 Yanks. Frazier with the big 2 RBI single or double in the fifth. That makes it 5-2 Yankees. And then the bases were loaded in the top of the sixth. Bases were loaded with 2 outs, and the Yankees scored 1 run there with Hicks drawing a walk. That made it 6-2. Now, this is where it gets fun, folks. This is where it got very fun. And as you're watching on the screen, I'm sure you're fucking already aware, but not that you haven't watched it in person yet, in person, but fucking this is where it got interesting. So bottom of the sixth comes, Yanks are up 6-2, right? It was at this moment, I was like, you know what? They're up 6-2. I need some extra cash. Let's go on DraftKings and do a live bet here and put the Yanks to win the rest of this. Put a couple cash down on the Yanks, put some cash down on them to win, and here we go. Chad Green and Adam Ottavino combined to do the unthinkable. When you combine both of their lines, you get 0.1 innings pitched and 10 earned runs. 10 runs. 10 runs in 1/3 of a fucking inning. I mean, it starts with Chad Green walking somebody, fly out, walk, infield single, Voit E3, run scores, he's yanked. In comes Adam out of 0. And man, his number, perfect sense. First thing he does, serves up a fat slider to Vlad Jr., 2-run single right away. Vlad Jr. steals fucking second base. Yes, the dude who somehow, 700 cheeseburgers fatter than he was last season, finds a way to steal second on Ottavino. And then here's Gurriel to play RBI single to tie the game at 6 at this point. And then at this point, this is not going the Yankees fucking way. Considering all that's gone on lately, this is not going their way. Gurriel still second, walk. Jonathan VR with a 2-run single. And then Shaw, gets a big hit. Toronto takes the fucking lead. Actually, it was Shaw with the 2-run single. I think VR walked. Panic then pinch hits and draws a walk. And then that's where the big, the good night punch, I guess you could say, happened where, was it Jansen with the fucking grand slam? The grand slam by Jansen to make it 12-6 Toronto. I mean, it was the most pathetic shit you could ever see. Miggy had an RBI ground out later in the ninth to make it 12-7, but it was disgusting, though. That 6th inning was just something I've never witnessed in my entire life, and I never want to witness again. Just a disheartening, pathetic, feeble performance by Yankee pitching. And if or when, but for now we'll say if it so happens that the Yankees do find a way to miss out on the postseason, this is going to be the game that I look back at that really officially sealed the deal. Now, they're not going to win the division, and I look back at that Rays series a few weeks ago, but if they miss the playoffs, if they find a way to miss the playoffs, I'm looking at this Rays game, this game 1, as why they missed the playoffs. This will be it. You can't do that. You can't give up 10 runs in 1/3 of an inning. Okay. Ottavino didn't even record a fucking out, just like he didn't do last postseason. So that's why I'm not a big fan of the guy. In case you always see me bashing him in my blog or on the podcast or on social media, I'm not a fan of the guy. And this is why he always chokes in the moment. But just not a good look. And that includes Aaron Boone. Not a good look for the Yankees as a whole. You don't give up 10 runs in 1/3 of an inning. That can't happen if you're the New York Yankees. Not the New York Yankees. Shit, that can't happen in a Major League Baseball game. I say that as the fucking the Braves just like pounded out 30 runs tonight. But seriously, it was just the most disgusting, again, apathetic, fucking disheartening, whatever you want to call it, egregious performance I've seen in a long while. So 12-7, the Yankees take the loss in game number 1. Game 2 comes along, and it's much less of a slugfest and much more of a snooze fest, at least with the Yankee bats. They lose this one 2-1. Now, it wasn't, it wasn't the choke job that game 1 was, but it still wasn't a game that you want to remember either. J Happ actually pitched well, though. 2 of his last 3 starts have now been really good where he's gone deep into the game. He grinded for this one. He tossed 113 pitches, and he's had a solid season where he's been pretty okay. But he goes 6 1/3, lets up 4 hits, just 2 runs, 2 walks, and then he struck out 10. Now, the only damage on Happ's line was just a bottom of the second home run to Davis to make it 2-0. That was it. And on the flip side, the Yankee offense mustered up just 1 run on 5 hits, 6 walks, 9 Ks, but no home runs and no hits in the 7 at-bats with runners in scoring position. This was against Walker, who walked 5 batters in 4 innings, and they couldn't get shit across. So in the bottom of the second, Davis hits that home run to make it 2-0 for the Blue Jays. And, at that point, it's looking really ugly for Happ. I thought it was going to be one of your typical, Happ implosions. But fucking he got out of it. He pitched well from the remainder, rather. He did well. And the Yankees on the flip side, again, just that one measly run. It was the top of the 5th, bases loaded, sac fly for Mike Tauchman. The Yankees had the bases loaded with nobody out in that inning, and they ended up just getting 1 run, and it wasn't even off a fucking hit. It was a Tauchman sac fly. And if that doesn't speak to what this fucking team is right now, I don't know what does. But yeah, let's let's not even get to how bad they are with men on base, because I could just go on and on, But that was it. I'm trying to scroll for the rest of this video here in the feed, but yeah, that was it. 2-1. That was the end of the scoring. So game 3 was obviously tonight, where the Yankees kind of redeemed themselves a little bit, maybe not even. It was Glaber Day in the Bronx, and it was also Garcia Day, as Ryan Ruocco said on the fucking post game. Some stupid cheesy shit about some Snoop Dogg line. What did he say? Ain't nothing but a G thing. It was the stupidest shit ever. It was so cringe. Ruocco, I'm not a fan of Ruocco. As much as I cannot stand all the other guys on Yes, Ruocco might be at the top of that list. Fucking, I can't. He's so, over the top. But game 3, Garcia pitches a gem. The Yanks win this one 7-2. Garcia goes 7 innings. He gives up 5 hits, lets up 2 runs, walks nobody, and strikes out 6. So I've been super impressed with this kid. I will take back what I said on Facebook earlier. It was one of those heat of the moment tweets or posts that I like to do, here and there, aka 90% of the time. I said I wasn't super impressed with him, but no, I'm pretty impressed with him, man. He's been good. He's battled, and a 21-year-old kid called upon in a rough time like this for the Yankees, where they really need wins, and to come out here tonight and just take down a scorching hot Blue Jays team and avoid the sweep and deliver a pivotal win for the Yankees. That was big to go 7 strong. And on the flip side, you got to give credit to the offense, once again, pounding down 7 runs on the Jays pitching. 7 hits, 7 walks, 6 strikeouts, 2 home runs, and 3 of 8 with runners in scoring position. Torres had a big night, 4 RBIs for Torres. Good to see him come alive a bit. And then Luke Voit, DJ LeMahieu, and Clint Frazier had an RBI apiece. It was the top of the second where things started to already unravel for the Blue Jays, as Torres started things off against Tanner Roark with a solo shot. 1-0 Yanks. Bottom of the second came. Jonathan Villar singled. Then a 2-run shot by Fisher to make it 2-1 Toronto. But then again, the Yankees answered back. LeMahieu with a home run off of Roark in the top of the third to put the game at a tie. And then here we go. The Yankees just scoring for the remainder of this one. Top of the 5th, it's Luke Voit with the RBI single, and then it's Glaber Torres with a 2-run double versus Stripling. That makes it 5-2. And then 2 more came in the 9th where Clint Frazier had an RBI double, and then Torres once again delivering with an RBI 6-3 ground out off the third baseman's glove. Scoring a run, so the Yankees win that one 7-2. Good night for Torres. Good night for Garcia. Garcia got his first major league victory, which was nice. And as for Torres, he's, hopefully waking up. But we have to see some consistency now. We have to see him take the ball to right field and stay patient up there. But it was a good night for him. Can't complain. He went to center field with the home run. Get a nice double down the line. And, we'll see what happens from there with Torres. Listen, guys. Listen. Fucking 22 and 21. All right. We're still not in a good spot. I love winning just as much as anybody does. Probably more than you. But we are not playing up to expectation. And, on one night, looking back at this 6-15 now record we've got in our last 21, it's, when the pitching is there, the offense isn't. And when the offense is there, pitching isn't. And then when both are there, the defense isn't. It's not coming together. Nobody is on the same page at the moment. The offense just needs to be more consistent. They have to be. They're not scary anymore. That's the one thing I'm noticing. The Yankee bats aren't just scary. They're just not scary anymore. Nobody's afraid of them. I understand we've got injuries, but even with this lineup, we should be doing a lot better than the way we've been hitting. But I guess if you want to look at the positives, 7 runs in the last 2 of 3 games each. But still, you got to have more guys in this lineup, again, making more contact and hitting at a high clip. You've got to stop waiting for the home run to come and start settling for the single. It has to happen. The Yankees as a team, and I'm going to read off some statistics here, are hitting .234 this season. .234, their batting average as a unit. That's 21st in the league. And what do you think that equals when you take DJ LeMahieu's 380, 370, 360 out, whatever it is? It's probably, in the lower 220s, maybe worse. Their runners in scoring position average, even after a decent night tonight, sits 23rd in baseball at 241. They've got 6 guys batting under 200. They've got 8 guys batting under 210. Okay? So you see that. You see this offense, as bad as it's been in years now, never changing. Year after year, it's very strikeout, boomer bust prone, right? There's a common denominator here, at least these last couple of years. And I'm looking right at Marcus Timms. That's the Yankee hitting coach. The fuck has this guy done for this team? What has he done? What has he done to improve this hitting team? They're a power hitting, one-dimensional team right now. But what has he done to make them more of hitters? And their power hasn't even been that impressive. The team OPS is 14th, a middling 751. And again, they're 7th in homers. They've got 63 homers. But it's the contact hitting that needs to improve. Hit the ball at a higher clip. Make contact. Settle for that single when you have a runner on second base. It'll work. It does the trick. I promise you. That's how World Series teams win. They settle for that hit. They don't just wait for the 4-bagger. Okay? I need to fucking have this happen. It happens every year. And Marcus Timms is the fucking common denominator. Who would be a good hitting coach for this team? Because I want this guy fucking out. Jorge would be cool to come back. I don't know, but not as a hitting coach. I don't know. I don't want Timms. I don't fucking want him. The guy's just not. Nobody's fucking improved. These guys are either regress or you have to go and rely on getting somebody like LeMahieu coming from Colorado to fix things. It's fucking insane. I know this next man up shit. Yeah, they performed last year and overachieved, but now we're seeing that was more of an anomaly, right? Talkman's not the same. Urshela's on the DL. Ford has been dog shit, and so on. So Marcus Timms, I'm not fucking impressed with him. He's just, guy's a fucking joke. You can't be having 8 guys on the fucking team. 8 guys on the team hit under 210. 8 guys on the roster, on the entire roster. 8 guys. I think 13 players on this roster have had at-bats this season, and 8 of those 13 are hitting under 210. It's disgusting. That's unacceptable. You're the fucking New York Yankees. I said I wouldn't yell. and also, we've got Tyler Wade. We've got Mike Talkman, Brett Gardner, Aaron Hicks, Clint Frazier, Miguel Andujar. You know what all those guys have in common? They all have some speed. They all have speed. Some more so than the other, but they all have speed. Enough speed to where the Yankees should be better than 12th in the league in stolen bases. They've only been caught 3 times. They're 19 for 22. Only been caught 3 times, which is the league best. But they only steal the 12th best. They should be in top 5. With all the speed they have on that bench, they should be top 5. Despite all that speed, they're very, very middling for the speed they have on that roster. And again, I think that falls on Aaron Boone and the analytics staff. I think that's a very analytical decision that the Yankees do. They make these analytical decisions where they tell their players, they don't like to steal because they feel as if that's not worth the risk when you have all this power. Why steal? Their logic is, why steal when somebody could hit a home run and drive in both of those runs, as opposed to risking it and getting a free out, giving a free out to the other team. That's not the logic I use. The way the game has worked all these years has been successful with players stealing bases, and you have all these fucking guys, all these legs, guys with some really fast wheels. Kawhi's already got 30 points. 6 games this postseason where Kawhi has 30 points. Jesus Christ. But they don't steal with all that speed. I want to see that more. I don't know, man. Just not really fucking feeling it with this team this year. I'm sorry. Year after year, maybe it's just because of all this hype. Year after fucking year, it's all this hype, but there's no results. So I'm not going to suck up to him like you do, like he does, and she does. I'm not going to suck up to him. All right, I'm just going to say it how I feel. I'm going to say it how it is. I'm going to say it how I feel. This is the way I feel, and if you don't like it, get the fuck out. I don't know. Year after year, all the hype, no results. We've got this narrative that Gary's the best hitting catcher in the game. Well, he's going on his 2nd season in 3 where he's hit below the Mendoza. He's actually one of the worst hitting catchers in the game right now. He's been fucking terrible. And if you're trying to justify his 120 whatever batting average, his OPS well under 700, and a measly stat line outside of a few home runs. If you're trying to justify that, combine that with really shitty defense, get the fuck out if you're trying to justify him still. He's been absolutely fucking terrible. Absolutely fucking disgraceful, disgusting. I call him Shrek for a reason. And there's just so many narratives that Yankees fans and the media love to create and hype up this team that I'm just not falling for. Gary Sanchez is one of them. And there's the Judge, the face of the Yankees, 50 home runs in his rookie season. Hasn't been able to play since. Can't stay on the field for more than a few days without injuring something else. Stanton, earning $3 million. MVP is set in 2017. Sitting on the bench, waxing his eyebrows, same shit. Get this new training staff. They're supposed to improve everything. Not going to be hurt anymore. We acquired Garrett Cole. Everything in this rotation is going to change. Matt Blake is here. He's going to help everybody else. Pitchers regress under Blake. He's been dog shit. I'm not following these narratives, guys. I don't follow narratives. I'm the kind of guy who, I'm the kind of guy, I live in what have you done for me lately land. Okay? I'm sorry. But what have the Yankees done for us lately? Now, I don't think the Yankees are going to miss out on the postseason. I don't. Okay, as negative as I am, or as negative as you want to call me, I actually don't think they'll miss out on the postseason. I think they'll get there. But if we're going to play that game, let's just say they do miss the playoffs. Is Aaron Boone gone? I would hope. No secret, I don't love the guy. I just don't think he has that it factor. He doesn't have energy. There's no energy there. There's no accountability. And going back to Gary Sanchez with Joe Girardi was that all-around hitting catcher, right? Where he had the OPS in the 900s or the high 800s. He was hitting over 280. He was hitting 30 home runs a year and staying healthy and in shape. But Gary Sanchez under Aaron Boone has regressed. He has regressed. These past 3 years, he has been under Aaron Boone, and he has been the worst he's ever been compared to the other 2 years in his career. I don't think that's a coincidence. Yankees fired Girardi, and part of that was because of how tough he was on getting on Gary's ass. Cool, Boone benched him for 2 games. But, the way we're trending, getting all these buddy managers, just these over positive buddy team friendly managers who have to coddle their players and kiss their ass. It's not my kind of era. I don't like these managers who are basically just these ass kissers. Give me somebody who goes in there and kicks ass, not kisses ass. Boone's a goddamn cupcake, and I'm tired of listening to him in these fucking post-game pressers telling me that there are some positives that he sees. Gary Sanchez comes back from his benching, goes 0-for. Boone tells us he likes what he saw. Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, it's incredible, dude. I believe he said something positive about fucking Ottavino the other night, too, when he gave up 117 runs in an inning. And then he's also just way too analytically driven. I think he's Cashman's analytics puppet. He's probably Cashman's analytics puppet, to be fucking honest with you guys. A lot of his decisions are probably just because he's got no balls to do it for himself, and he's probably on a string. Between the lineups being so clunky and different every day and changing, you wonder why we're never in rhythm. Between the bullpen, going to them so early or using those third-tier guys as much as we need to, we don't need to. Or fucking just yanking guys with 66 pitches on a roll so early. It's just a lot of this shit I feel like is analytically driven. And Boone, not my kind of guy, dude. He's not your alpha male. He's your beta. All right. He's your perfect manager. I'll tell you this. He's your perfect manager for 2020 baseball. Perfect for that. Just absolutely perfect. Let's see what's going on around the league, huh? Yeah, what'd they end up scoring? Oh, they ended up 29-9. Shit. The Braves. Oh, shit. The Brewers, too. What is going on in baseball? 19-0 for the Brewers. And there's the Yankees, 7-2. Yay. Fucking Braves, though, man. Wow. So let's see if I can get to the standings here. Let's see where we are after tonight's victory. Tonight's huge victory. My tablet's acting up. It's so slow right now. I apologize. Oh, shit. So we are... Yeah, okay, so we're in third. Oh, my gosh. So we're playing fucking Baltimore now. So they're 1.5 behind us, and this is another big series, if you want to call it a big series. See, I can't get hyped up for this shit because I know it's only big because the Yankees are underachieving. Big to me is a series for the division, right? But I can't get hyped on, the Yankees need to win this series so they don't fall to fourth place. That to me doesn't do it. That doesn't do it. I can't get into that. So that's why I've been saying lately that I'm so done, with this team in terms of getting excited. I'm done getting excited. I watch these games with no emotion anymore. After that 10-run implosion in the 6th inning Monday night, I ever since then, I've been absolutely done. I watch these games with no emotion. Tonight's victory, no emotion. The only time I got a little bit excited was after Garcia's outing, because I'm excited that he's a good, solid young pitcher who looks like, for now, it looks like he knows what he's doing. But man, I just can't get hyped up for this team right now. Nothing is exciting to me. They're 22-21, about to play a series, so they don't land in fourth. That doesn't do it for me. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not trying to be negative, guys. I'm used to this team being better than fucking, 500. Just about. So I think that's pretty much it. We'll head to break, and as soon as we get back from break, we'll wrap things up with the NYK question of the day. So let's get to break real quick. Hey guys, really quick, I just want to remind you that if you go to my website at nysportstalkrc.wordpress.com, you can find me on social media. You can find the links to my podcast and my blog. So that's all you got to do. Just go to my website, go to nysportstalkrc.wordpress.com, and there will be a page that displays all of my information. All right, guys, thank you. Let's get back to the show. So in episode 154, I asked you guys, I should have been more specific. I said, excuse me, I said, when was the last time the Yankees placed third in the division? But I should have said placed third or worse. And the answer to that question is 2016, when they placed fourth. So that was the answer to the NYK question of the day for episode 154. Now in episode 155, our NYK question of the day, of course, Yankees again. Who was the World Series MVP for the squad back in 2009? All right. So who was the MVP of the World Series back in 2009 for the Yankees? So again, message me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, preferably Facebook or Instagram, being that I'm not on Twitter much these days. But message me the answer, or you can comment on the post once I publish this podcast that you're listening to now. So yeah, that was it. Episode 155. Yanks do pick up a third win, a win there at the third game of the set, but they still fucking got to get their heads out of their ass. Still in some dire straits here, or at least heading in that territory where we have to find a way to get it going again. Garcia was huge tonight. Torres was awesome. But that has to be consistent. We can't pick up these wins and then go back into ruts like we've been doing of late. It has to be something where we win from here on out to the remainder of this regular season. We have to start winning games, Thank God for this new 16-team playoff format that I hate so much, or else we'd be talking about this team not even being in fucking contention. How embarrassing is that? All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Not much else for this episode. That's about it. I'm going to go watch the rest of this Clippers game if it's not over yet. Yeah, no, that's it. That's all we've got. So, there's a minute left and they're about to win. But, wow. Yeah, they're taking the Nuggets. I don't take the Nuggets seriously. I'm sorry. They've got no defense. Guys, thanks so much. That's all we've got tonight. Rob Carbone, your host, Rob Carbone of BD4, episode 155 of the podcast. Again, if you haven't checked us out, be sure to do so right now. All you've got to do to follow us or to subscribe to us on the many different platforms we have is go to my website. Just go to the website, go to nysportstalkrc.wordpress.com /connect, and that will take you to a page that displays all of my information. Guys, thank you so much. Rob Carbone, once again, your host of the podcast of BD4, where there's no better way to get your Yankees and Knicks analysis. And I'm signing out. I'll see you next time. All right. Ciao. This podcast is sponsored by Anchor.